Okay, perpetual energy device number 6, hydrodynamic technology. This is the for use in a place where there is a lot of water or a lot of rain. You'd have, say you have a large funnel type thing and it captures a lot of rain coming in, falling, and funnels it into an area where there's you can capture all of it in like a large collection, what do you call it? Trough? Not a trough, but here's the trough right here actually. Large, what is this, bowl? Somebody give me a word here. Dang it, I'm having a brain fart. Dang it. The place that captures the water, okay? Like a big humongous pool, one of those doughboy looking things. Okay, now the water flows through a trough, okay, at a very, very low grade. Okay, this is a side view. And eventually, there's like up here, water's up here somewhere, and gravity, of course, the water's going to flow out in the trough at a very shallow grade until finally it comes all the way down here over the longest amount of time we can take and ends up right here at the end, at the base, right at the base of where the water is supposed to start out at. So part of it's going to capture by rain, and you want to use this device or this technology in places where there's a lot of rain. Okay, so that you don't have to pump as much water from down here in this pool down here where the water pools at the end after going through all these lengths of troughs at a shallow grade and ends up down here at ground level. And then you, of course, you pump it back up into here. Okay, so we've got all this water in here. Okay, so we're using gravity, and of course rainfall is going to provide the hydropower, if you will. Somebody give me some good terms. What the heck? So the basic concept is to use gravity once you've collected some water, allowing the water to flow out the trough. And what happens is there's all these wheels with paddles. Maybe you're familiar with this because you've seen them over rivers. That as the water is flowing, it hits the wheel and spins it, and you have a lot of these all down the length of these whole legs of these troughs, all the way on every single leg of this trough. It's going all the way. Every single one of these legs is going to have many, many of these wheels. Darn it. They're on the river. People have them next to their houses where there's little creeks. Darn it. Paddle wheels? I hate it when I have brain farts. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. And these will spin, and there'll be generators on each one of these. Okay, all the lengths of all these. This is a side view. Okay. So as the water is flowing out and through the troughs, the paddles are protruding down into the trough so that as the water goes by, it hits the paddles and spins the wheels. And each one of these wheels, as close as you can get them all the way, concentrate as many of them as you can on each leg of this. And this is actually a side view. Top view, it would be something like this. The trough would come out, and of course it would spin around, and there'd be enough room like this, okay, something like that. And you can't see that because it's too low. So we'll move it down here. Okay. So each one of these legs is out far enough so it doesn't interfere with the previous leg where the wheels are, and of course keeps going like this out to the side. So as this is going towards the ground, it's also moving out to the side to allow for the wheels and space for enough of the trough, just enough space between each leg so that the previous leg and the leg that we're on don't interfere with each other. So that's like the top. This looks really crammed together because this is a side view. It would look like they're really crammed together because you have a very shallow grade. It's moving down very slowly. But every single one of these legs is out a certain distance from the previous leg, moving out. So there's a lot of this. So when you get down to the last leg, it's going to come. That's why it looks like it curves right here, because you're going to be way out here, and you're going to take that last leg down here and curve it around. And this isn't the number of, and put it right underneath where the water source at the beginning was. You need to bring that water all the way down here. So this little pool will be right underneath this. So we're not going to be able to see it because this is actually supposed to be underneath. But that's okay. It's close enough that it's underneath. It doesn't have to be exactly underneath. Well, that's where the bottom of the column is. The base has to hold this up. But you get the idea. So hydrodynamic technology, combination of using water and gravity, as opposed to, if you see my previous design for using this same type of setup, but instead of a trough with water in it, you have copper coils around legs, and then there would be a magnetic ball running all throughout, or a series of copper coils, and a magnetic ball oriented correctly so that it goes through all the way through the legs and then down to the bottom and back up here, and something would grab it and bring it back to the top. Start all over again. Same idea. Water flows through, and you're trying to take the longest amount of time for the water to reach the ground. So it's a very shallow grade, but the water's still going to flow towards the ground. And as it's flowing, it's turning all these wheels, and with all these generators on every single one of these legs. There's all these wheels with generators on them. So that by the time you get to the bottom, it's gone through so many generators, there should be more energy than what it takes just to pump the water just from here right back to there. And that's only the water you don't need from when there's from the rain. So you want to use this in a very, very rainy area. Again, if you live in a city where it's mostly rain and you hardly see sunshine, you probably don't want to use solar technology. You probably want to use this. Okay, this would be better. Using some type of using your resources. If it rains a lot where you're at, I mean, Japan, I was there for a little while. My God, it rained like crazy. It seemed like 8 months out of the year there's nothing but rain. So they need to use hydrodynamic technology, and forget solar. If you have a lot of rain where you're at, geez, use this. Utilize your resource, your water. Okay, so that's it. The idea is to create a long amount of time for the water to flow, creating a lot of energy, so that by the time it gets down to here, there's a very short distance from here to here to bring the source of your power right back up to where it's potential again. Okay? So that's what it is. I think I've covered it all. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you.